We feel very fortunate about that win because I have so much respect and for the Purdue program, how good they are, how good they've been all year. And so to be able to beat them today, especially in overtime, in a great basketball game, really, just a great basketball game, we feel we're thrilled by it. Our kids, earlier in the year, there was a lot of speculation about their defense, and there should have been. We were not a good defensive team. And the growth that our success over these last month and a half is in direct correlation to how our defense has improved. So that was in great display today against a team that has a lot of options. Yeah, they got some easy points in the paint, and they made a few threes, but all their threes were well earned. So really thrilled for these kids because they came here on a mission to win this championship. We talk about it every day, and we're one day closer.
Questions for the students, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. We'll start here on the aisle.
Hey, Zach, you guys had, difficulty getting here. You've already played a game, yet when the game got deep, it seemed like it was you in particular who had enough energy and enough pop to get to the basket. Did you know, even late in the game, did you see some sort of fatigue on Purdue's part that kind of led you to believe that you could get to the basket time and time again?
Just had a warrior mentality. Going into the game, we had a not today. We didn't want to go home, and we want to be able to outlast Purdue's toughness and how physical they are. And we knew it wasn't going to be easy, especially the game going in overtime, but we stayed resilient with it, and we were able to get the win.
Back on the far right.
For either of you two, a two-parter. Number one, I don't know if you're superstitious, but when they're making half-court shots before halftime, are you worried like maybe we should switch back to the other jerseys? And number two, I don't know if either of you are close with Spike, but did he reach out to you either today or earlier this week to see how you guys were doing?
DJ, we'll let you start with that one, please.
Regarding the first question, once we got underway and we got the ball tipped, we were fine. We didn't really think too much about the half-court shot. It would have been nice going into the second half up for it, but, it's basketball. It happens.
Yeah, agreeing with DJ. We decided to stick with the blue jerseys. I don't think the practices were an option anymore. But Spike reached out to me yesterday just asking if everyone was okay. So it just speaks to his character, but it was nice to be able to see him today.
Other questions for the students, please? Let's go right here on the aisle, then we'll get to this part of the aisle.
Zach, with what you guys have done the last two times you've played Purdue, knowing how good a team Purdue is, what kind of confidence does that give you just in any game, regardless of who you guys are going to be playing?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Purdue, knowing how good that they are and what you guys have been able to do against them, how much confidence does that give you guys?
No, a lot of confidence. I just think just the way that we're on and how much momentum that we have with our team, we feel like we can do anything and everything is possible for us, especially getting stops on the defensive end. When we're able to do that, that makes us a very dangerous team.
Here on the aisle.
DJ, for you, last game it was Mo against Purdue, and then this game it was you. Did you take anything from what he did the last game, anything that you saw in the film that allowed you to be more explosive and get better looks this game?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot coming to the game, how they play two bigs. So we're mobile and we're agile, so taking them off the dribble is a real good option for us, and we did so today, and it resulted in a win.
Let's go way in the back.
For Zach, I'm hoping you can elaborate on the momentum a little bit more. Have you guys felt this way at any other point this season, that you have this much adrenaline, this much wind behind your back?
I think so. I just think this backstretch of the Big Ten, we finally changed our mentality on the defensive end. I think it just changed our whole season. We're playing real connected right now, and we just got to do that going forward.
Anything else for these two before we let them go? All right, thanks, fellas. You may return to the locker room.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow. Question for Coach Beilein? We'll hear on the aisle.
I'll ask you the same question I asked DJ. Last game it was Mo, this game it was DJ. How have you been able to get those two guys good looks, even with Mo struggling today? DJ was able to play well. How have you been able to take advantage of their size and kind of even use it against them?
Yeah, last year that we started DJ, we thought the best way for him to get on the court was to play a center, so he knows both positions. So with Mo getting in foul trouble today, Mark is certainly a suitable backup, but at 6'9" and 225, they're just so big and talented. Haas is that I was actually surprised that DJ just moved his feet and used his length, not his strength, used his length and his quickness to guard defensively. But offensively, if you had a shooting contest between DJ and Mo, I don't know who would win. It's just when the big man in most offenses, probably it's the easiest place to get a three-point shot for. And that's why you've seen this is, again, most teams are switching every screen, and that's all we've been seeing. So we've learned better ways to counter it, and our kids are shooting. They're getting some volume in their shooting in games, so they feel more comfortable.
Here.
Coach, early in the game, it seemed like Purdue was able to get a lot of deep touches in the lane. And as the game went on, that kind of went away. Did you make an adjustment so they could not make the pass into the lane, or you just kind of took it away somehow?
Well, yeah, we took it away. I think that any time that you have big postmen, the only way you can counter it is you pressure the ball more and make sure that they do not get looks inside. So we came in there with that philosophy going into the game, but we didn't execute it. We just didn't do it. It was, okay, I'm pressuring, but they have to throw it in there a couple times for them to realize that's not the pressure you need today. That would be a pressure off most teams. You got to step it up, and you got to really make them dribblers in those situations.
Back on the left.
John, how much of a believer are you in tournament time, or as you come up to a tournament, of just being hot and getting hot at the right time as a coach?
I believe a lot in it. It's happened to us. It's happened to us at Michigan. It's happened prior in my coaching career. That it's just this time of the year, and you're trying to keep everybody fresh. But I think it bodes well for a team that really has no agenda and really loves each other, because other teams have very little time to prepare for you. You have very little time to prepare for them. But if you have a high IQ team that really is passionate about Michigan and passionate about their teammates, it's much easier to coach them, and it can be a lot of fun. We've been selling the fun of a run is really it's irreplaceable in their lives, really. Now you throw in what happened on Wednesday, and now they got a lot of memories, and we don't want it to stop.
Back here on the right.
Yesterday we were talking about the travel and the quick turnaround you had from the plane to the court. Was that a talking point at all leading up to this game, or did you guys kind of put that behind you and really just focus?
I think
on
I only
basketball?
mentioned it once today because it continues to. I continue to think about what could have happened, and so I think they all appreciate it. I don't think they want to lose sight of that as they go forward in their lives, of how different that could have turned out. So I mentioned it once. How great it was to be here playing right now, right? To seize the carpe diem, to seize the day today, because you never promised another one. And pardon me? The pregame, the beginning of the pregame speech, just in an introductory type of thing. It wasn't fire and brimstone. It was just at the beginning, gets their attention a little bit too.
Let's take two more right here on the aisle.
Zak's had some up and downs this year, but today you played him all 45. How important has he been as a leader off the court, and then today on the court as well, getting the job done?
Yeah, this is Zak and I and Derek. We have a special bond. We've been together here 4 years. I think we've started recruiting them when they're sophomores. So I've just seen more than the common eye would see of what he can do, and but if he had any type of agendas, or if he had any type of bad attitudes or poor body language in games, I would be much different. That's never happened. He has handled this perceived slump that he's had by just becoming a better defender, and he cares about his team. So it's like, yeah, he's going to miss a few shots, but what he gives us in intangibles, the shot's not as important as what he does. Dakota Mathis, again, he did a great job of not letting Dakota get shots or get the high number of assists that he gets many times.
Last one, back in the back.
Coach, post-game, I saw you wave into some Michigan fans before you were doing the radio interview. Just your thoughts on the buzz in the building and what it was like to look around and see it a little more filled out, a little more loud.
Yeah, I mean, we love wherever we go. I mean, and there's a lot of Michigan people, and we love them. and we love the way they're so passionate about their university and their athletic program. So between that, them there, but my family was all in the front row. I got 3 grandkids now that made the trip, made it through a 12 o'clock game, and so it was just good to see them. I think they're really happy to be another day in Washington, D.C. My son Andy lives here in town, so it was great to just see that. But all the maize and blue behind them, it's terrific, and I hope we can continue to do that and play again and be selected in March the NCAA tournament and continue that.
Coach, thanks very much.
All right,
Good
thank
luck
you.
tomorrow. It's 2:44. The Purdue locker room's open until 2:51. Michigan until 2:57.